Deliberate and act on resolution 2014-03. It's the December 2013 financials, second quarter report. Mr. McGowen.
Okay, I think everyone has had that, and we'll try to give you more information as we go along, and as we get at the end of the meeting, when we get to financial status, I gave you some more information today that we've been trying to work on ever since that I've been here to bring the commission up to date and keep you informed, and I'll go into that more as we go along. But as you can see that we have spent more than we've taken in at this point. Not a good thing, but we've given you the information that we're down a little bit in our GRT, but it should come up as we get our small city assistance and our property taxes in. And thank Ms. Michael for putting things together, and I'll say that again later, for things that I've been wanting to get put together so that the commission can have these things before them and the general public so that they know where we're at.
Thank you. Any questions of the city manager? If not, I'd entertain a motion to adopt resolution 2014-13, December 2013 financials and second quarter report.
So many.
So motion to adopt resolution 2014-03. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Ayes have it. Deliberate and act on proposed precinct workers and compensation for the March 2014 election.
Mayor, Commissioners, I thank Ms. Tricia for all the work that she does and being in charge of the election. You have that before you there, the names and what they will be paid for doing this, and ask that you approve it.
It's in your packet. And the fees range from $20 to $125, with $125 being the presiding judge. What are the wishes of the commission?
I will move that we accept the proposed precinct board for the March 4th, 2014 regular municipal election.
I'll second that.
There's a motion and a second to accept the proposed precinct workers' compensation for the next election being in March. Is there any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Ayes have it. Public hearing, deliberate and act on a restaurant liquor license for Raton Norteño. For all of you, that used to be Uncle Louis. It's over there on, and this is a mere formality. I think that this is just an opportunity for the public to, if they have any opposition to that, to voice that, things of this nature. Is anybody out there that has any, that would like to talk to this particular budget item?
And Ms. Tricia has met all the requirements of having it posted and everything.
So they've met all the requirements? What are the wishes of the commission? I'm personally in favor of it. I would move that we authorize a restaurant liquor license for Raton Norteño. Is there a second to that?
I'll second that.
So motion and a second. Any further discussion? Would the proprietors y'all wanna say anything or no?
No, we're just excited.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Anytime business comes to Raton, we're excited, and we'll do anything that we can to support it and help it, and that this is one way that we'll do that. No further discussion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same? Ayes have it. Thank you, guys. Deliberate and act on resolution 2014-04, designating official custodians of public records. Mr. McGowen.
Mayor, Commissioners, this is something that just things that we need to follow proper procedure and policy, that we know who is taking care of the different records, and so you have all of that there. Tricia will be taking care of all of the office and others that are not listed. Then we have the dispatch, fire and emergency, housing, library, municipal court, police department, Raton Public Service and Raton Water Works. And those are the personnel that will be in charge of taking care of the records. And it's recommended they be approved.
I'll move that we approve resolution number 2014-4, designated official custodians of public record.
Is there a second to adopt that resolution?
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2014-04. Is there any other discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Ayes have it. Deliberate and act on resolution 2014-05, corporate authorization to change bank signature cards. Mr. McGowen?
Mayor and Commissioners, you see there the resolution that we have before you. What it boils down to is that we need to make sure that Miss Michaeline, Miss Cindy, Miss Teresa, Miss Christine, and Miss Desiree, that these are ones that will be involved and that they are on the signature card.
It's a mere formality for the banks require it, and DFA requires it at all, and I don't see any problem with that. Is there a motion to adopt resolution 2014-05, adding these individuals to our signature cards as required?
Mr. Mayor, I so move.
There's a motion to adopt resolution 2014-05. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Mr. McGowan, you're also on the signature cards, correct?
No, ma'am. Not on this one.
What is this one for?
This
Say
is-
the safety
This is
deposit.
safety deposit box.
Okay.
No, ma'am, I'm not on that one. I'm on the others, yes, ma'am.
Mhm. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor of adopting resolution 2014-05 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Ayes have it. Moving right along. Deliberate and act on accepting an RFP recommendation of award for airport engineering services. Mr. McGowan.
This was advertised and everything. You do see there, we had Armstrong Consultants, KSA Engineers, and Molson Corbin, who that we have used since 2003. We have an automatic thing that we have to use in rating them. Mr. Campbell did it, I did it, and Ms. McElland did, and you see the results there, and it is recommended that you accept this for Molson Corbin.
It's a recommendation by the city manager that we accept Molson Corbin's bid for airport engineering services. Is there a motion to that effect?
I'll move the acceptance of the proposal or the award for Molson Corbin for the engineering services for the airport.
There's a motion to accept Molson Corbin as the bidder for the airport engineering services. Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Ayes have it. Mr. McGowan, I think time to turn this thing over to you.
And the mayor always get after me because he says, Big Chief Taylor, my number 2 pencil, that I write too much. But we'll get on with it. Board appointments, mayor, commissioners, and we do not have anyone tonight, but we have, talking with Ms. Teresa, we have one vacancy on both Parks and Recreation and Lodgers Tax. And then beginning next month, February and March, we have some that are expiring, and we will be putting that out and trying to get people to get on these. And we need everyone's help to either recommend someone that we can contact or have them come in and fill out an application. So that's where we are at this point, and that's the 2 that we have right now. And as I said, Ms. Teresa will be putting out the ones that are expiring in February and March, advertising them. The audit, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Audit exit meeting with Heinfield and Meach and Company will be held February the 11th at 9 o'clock. Mayor Ledoux and Commissioner Mance will be attending the meeting. Next item RCI, we're here January the 21st to the 24th concerning our capital assets inventory. Mayor Ledoux and Commissioner Matz attended the exit meeting. They will be back March the 19th for training of our personnel, and they'll be back in June to update and finalize our capital assets for the 2013-14 audit. As you know, those are findings that have been here for several years. As I told you, Ms. Michaelan and I are getting assistance, training for personnel and any and everything possible to get us off the at-risk so that we can start taking care of things like we should, that the state auditor has put on us. I'd like to thank everyone for helping with the inventory. The RCI personnel did commend to the mayor and Commissioner Matz that they were very appreciative to the cooperation that they had with the personnel that they worked with. Mayor, do you or Ms. Matz wish to respond concerning?
I have a question. Yeah, I am assuming we had to purchase the program from them that we're using for this
Yes,
work.
ma'am.
Okay.
That was something that was purchased prior, that they had to come in. A lot of the areas were taken seriously, other areas did not get direction. Ms. Mance and commissioners, that is why it doesn't matter. These are the cards we're dealt, we're taking care of it, and we're doing the best we can to get it put together.
Anything else? Suzanne?
That's my question.
Okay, and I thank you for inviting me to that. It was pretty enlightening with respect to, you know, I was just exasperated, I guess, that we didn't have an ongoing inventory and so on and so forth, and then to find out that we've been laxed in that area for several years was something new to me. So I think that this is a necessary thing that we had to do, and I think that, you know, Mr. McGowan and Michael Land have done a good job with it, and I was really impressed with RCI. I mean, I think that they couldn't give enough kudos to the city of Raton staff, and I think that that made me feel pretty good, because we're all pushing in the same direction. So hopefully this will help us with our future audits and get us where we need to be as far as our inventory control, because, you know, inventory control can be and is a big ticket item with respect to our annual audit. So, thank you.
Thank you. Capital outlay request, some of you, Mayor and Commissioner Matz, have spoken briefly on it. Each of you have a copy of what has been presented. I want to thank Mayor Ledoux for getting Senator Campos to sponsor, Mr. Reed for getting Representative Roche to sponsor our request, and we'll see where we go from here. And we'll keep everyone informed. If I'm informed, I'll let you know when and if you can attend. And if we are going to have a quorum, then Ms. Tricia will put out that there is a possibility that we could have a quorum at the legislature. So we'll try to make sure that we do not mess up in that area.
Yes, Mr. McGowan, if I may.
Yes,
Just
sir.
for those of you out there that have never attended those legislative hearings, I would strongly suggest that you do. I mean, it's you know, they can get a feel for the process. They have their system in place, and they go through all the formalities. They do allow testimony from anybody that is there to represent that particular thing, and really, they like to hear from citizens. They don't want to hear from the paid henchmen so, I mean, it goes a lot further when the citizens actually go and testify on behalf of those bills. So I would encourage and invite all of you to attend these meetings as much as possible, whenever possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Staff training. I want to thank Mr. Gary Gabrelli from REC for inviting us to attend the seminar on understanding governmental financial statements presented by Precision Accounting LLC, a company out of Albuquerque. I nearly got that out. Miss Sandy from RPS, Miss Genevieve Geneva from Waterworks and Ms. Michael Treasurer attended. They said it was very informative, helpful and useful, and I thank them for their extra effort to help improve our financial accounting. And like I say to Mr. Gabrielli for inviting us, he's invited us to prior ones that they have at the REC. So I do thank them. If you'll bear with me, Mayor and Commissioners, on the next item, the financial status. You have before you, and I did give to the gentlemen that are also running, you have before you more information that I told you at the very beginning that we were going to try to do. And we'll probably try to get this out to you on a quarterly basis. You can see all the projects that we have on that first page, and then you can see some of our debt service things that are on the next page. We even have the RPS. I cannot answer some of this, or Michael Ann and I, until we get more information from the RPS of their debt service. But this gives you an update of where we're at or what has been completed, so that you are well aware of the different grants that we have and the different things that we have here. And we're trying to establish more information for you. As I said, I've made it available to Mr. Chavis, Mr. Giacomo, and Mr. Simpson if he does come. And the main reason I've done this for everyone, also besides that you need to know, is everyone involved needs to realize our financial situation because of the economy, our past liability and recurring expenses, the loss of the revenue from the referendum, the dire need for policemen, firemen, everyday costs that we have, and just taking care of things that needs to be done in the city. I started to run off more information, but as you look at it, if you look in your budget that we proposed on page 120, we're looking at $285,000 and change, $286,000 from gross receipts tax to meet our debt service on our aquatic center. We all know that this is a problem that we have of taking care of that. And if you will look at your debt service, if you go into your budget and go over between the two that we have, that I've shown you on that second page, the 3.248 million debt service and the 2.41 debt service, we owe $386,000 this year and change on our debt service, and I just told you we're only going to bring in close to 286. So we have 100,000 right there that we have to make up out of our general fund, plus what we're going to lose under our general operations. When you go over, and if you will look on your page 41, we lost nearly 48,000 last year, and we're contemplating it could be more. So I've told you all along that we have to take out between $150,000 and $170,000 out of our general fund, and that was one of the major reasons. So I've given you our financial plan. I gave you another copy of it that you need to be considering. I've given a copy of them. Very hard decisions are going to have to be made. So as we're out there during the election season and all, you need to know our financial status and what kind of promises that you can make, and finances is one of them. For whatever that's worth. That's an old man talking to you. But, and I'm not trying to be humorous. I told you before, if it took 2 cents to go around the world, we couldn't get out of sight. But we are going to make decisions. Decisions have been made, and they will continue to be made, and to improve the city's stability.
I think that, Mr. McGowan, can I?
No.
And I think that, just to make a point, is that the $140,000 that you were referring to is just one project. That's it. That does not include the policemen that we need to bring on board. It does not include the firemen that we need to bring on board. That's strictly that white elephant over there, we must figure out how to, how to debt service. And it's,
And I understand, please don't get me wrong, I understand, did not do enough, I guess, to explain to people about the $6, because that would have brought in 273 this year and around 290 next year, so that we could do these things. That is fine, but we are at this stage and we've got to make difficult decisions of where we go.
thank you.
Next item, recognition, appreciation, and information. Training, you have in your packet that sexual harassment prevention in the workplace. You have the handout of the upcoming training, February the 5th. I want to thank Miss Cindy for changing things. I asked her to change it. We all realize some certain situations that have occurred. We're going to address this issue, and we're going to start here. You know, we have safety training. Our people have to have 16 hours supervisor, 8 hours every year. We must have certain percentage that take this training so that we have a reduction in our insurance costs. And this is, you'll notice, mandatory for our people to attend. We're addressing the issue. I think that's enough said on that.
Who's presenting it?
Sir?
Who is presenting it?
Our safety council that does it, that we use. Not only that, but Chief Cisneros also has one that is directly just for lawmen that he will be having. So,
Thank you.
but they are also included in this. The election reminder, today is the first day for application for absentee ballots and voting by paper ballot. That'll be January the 28th through February the 28th. February the 4th is the last day for voter registration. Early voting by machine electronic tabulator will be February the 12th through February the 28th. And at each meeting, I'll kind of keep people reminded of where we're at. Recognition to Chief Matthews, who was one of 14 New Mexico Disaster Medical Assistant Team on assignment at our nation's capital for the State of the Union address. He's there as we speak. I could not announce this prior because it was security sensitive until now, but congratulations to Chief Matthews. I do not have Mr. Phillips is ill and he is going to give me the information, but you know, the regional sing-off contest that we had here at the Schuler and all, and the young lady that did win went to Nashville and won there. So, and you know, we had a packed house that night here, and so that speaks well, and so congratulations to her. The last thing, Mayor and Commissioners, website training. Mr. Reed, Miss Michael Ann, and Miss Desiree are having 4 days, started today, of training on our new website so that we can keep everyone updated on the agendas, meeting, city information, etc. I thank them for this, and they in turn then will train others. So that is the training that we have now on our website. Mayor, my big chief tablet is over. Thank you.
That's okay, I was just starting to get interested there, you've done a good job for us, Butch. I think that, you always try to keep us informed of what's going on, and, and I appreciate you for that, and I'm sure the rest of the commission appreciates you for that, so thank you for your information. Thank you for giving the information to all the candidates involved as well. I think it's important to be well-informed and things of this nature. It's just critical in terms of making decisions and stuff. Is there any other business? Jim, you have anything?
I don't, sir.
Sandy? No. Chris? No. All right. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion to adjourn. Second?
Second.
Motion and second to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed the same. Meeting's adjourned.